Maori, aloha, welcome to the Pacific Way. In February 2016, Tropical Cyclone Winston hit Fiji. This Category 5 cyclone was the biggest cyclone to hit the country. Koro Island, located northeast of the main island of Viti Levu, bore the brunt of the cyclone, leaving the island with untold damage and the people traumatized. As part of the recovery effort, the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, together with the Fiji government's Ministry of Youth and Sports, provided financial support to the villagers in the form of cash for work. Here's their story.
On February 20th, 2016, the worst tropical cyclone to ever hit the South Pacific struck Fiji. Koro Island, in the northeast of the main island of Viti Levu, bore the brunt of severe tropical cyclone Winston. All villages on the island were damaged, with some completely leveled to the ground and lives lost. Tropical cyclone Winston ravaged and devastated large portions of the country, causing hundreds of millions of dollars worth of damage, leaving islanders dazed and traumatized.
When the winds came and the tidal waves came, my thoughts were my children and taking care of them. I didn't care about our clothes or anything else, only my children.
The
roofing iron started flying around in the village. It was just like paper. All we could hear was the destruction of the houses. For many people, this was the first time to encounter such a cyclone. Even for my father, who is 72, he said he had never come across anything like this in his life.
One month after Tropical Cyclone Winston, the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, working through the Fiji government's Ministry of Youth and Sports, provided financial support to assist the government's rehabilitation recovery efforts.
We have a number of youth clubs across the country. There are probably about over 950 active youth clubs based predominantly in the villages. And I think that from that perspective, the youth can play a key role in the preparation phase leading up to a cyclone, which inevitably, unfortunately, is likely to happen, but also then in the recovery period afterwards. So with a level of training, I think that the youth clubs and the youth and village elders as well will benefit from it. We'll be able to prepare better and manage the aftermath of a cyclone.
The ministry comes in, we connect with other ministry because when we go to the village, we don't just waltz in and do our thing and waltz out. There are protocols, there are processes and procedures in which we need to follow. So we connected with other line ministries in which would make the work easier. For example, we had to meet with Commissioner Easton, not only in connecting us to the people on the ground, but also on all the available resources we could utilize to make this a success.
This was a really great project. The villagers worked together, including women and some older people. We cleaned up our village and then got paid for it. This was great.
The Cash for Work project initiated by UNDP provides financial assistance for youth workers to support the recovery work in their communities. This concept has been used in many countries to provide immediate relief and assist countries with their recovery efforts.
Cash for Work in the United Nations is a concept to inject some cash into the communities, especially after traumatic experiences like a cyclone, which ravaged through Fiji, Cyclone Winston, and allow the communities to get their basic amenities and fend for to rebuilding their lives. And this time we work through youth in Koro Island because youth injects a lot of positive energy into the communities by bringing a constructive way forward and bringing people together to join hands rebuilding their lives.
The success of this particular project between ourselves and the UNDP was that it was fast-tracking some cash into the small economy in Koro, which then helped them not only to put food on the table in many instances, but also helped them come to Suva so that they could order building materials in order to rebuild their houses.
I really want to say thank you very much to UNDP. At that time, our village was badly damaged and people were still traumatized. I was really pleased with the assistance that brought us together and to work together. We cleaned our village, and at that time, that was the only source of income, and it allowed us to buy food. That was before we received help from the government. If UNDP had not paid us to clean up the village would not be looking clean like this. Paying us motivated the villagers to work fast to clean up the rubbish.
The whole island of Koro was totally devastated, leaving the islanders with hardly anything saved. For many, the only thing they had left was the clothes they were wearing.
After the winds died down, we didn't know what to do. We felt sad as we saw all the damage in our houses. All our good stuff, like our television and other household material, was no more. These things we had bought from money we saved from the sale of our pandanas and daulo. Now, no more.
The psychological effect of the devastation left them wondering how they were going to cope, to find ways to survive, put food on the table and replace the wet clothes they were wearing.
From that time, many of us are still anxious and unsettled. We go to do our work and we find ourselves staring out in the distance. In a daze, we have nothing left. All our belongings is gone. Many walk from the tents to where their home used to be and keep looking for this or that, hoping to find something. When we are seated around chatting, we look back at what has happened, and slowly the fear and anxiety is fading.
Reconstruction has begun in Koro and there is hope once again. The people are grateful for all the support and assistance they've received, and help continues to pour in. People are grateful to UNDP for the assistance immediately after the cyclone, when they had lost all their belongings with no source of income, as plantations and gardens were totally destroyed.
When UNDP came, I was so happy. The work moved very fast. This place where we are standing on now was full of debris and all kinds of rubbish. UNDP's assistance made the work happen fast. The work happened this way because the people were paid. Right at that time, it was a difficult period as there was nothing. So the money earned was a great help to the whole village.
My husband and I both worked. It was a great help and it was good timing as it came when the call was made to go to Suva for those needing assistance to rebuild their houses. The money helped with my husband's boat fare, and we bought food and bought some bedding material, suitcases and clothes. I bought food for my children as the rations hadn't yet arrived. I used the money for things my children needed, and school had also started.
It was a great help. If that assistance didn't come, the village would not have been cleaned up. People were just trying to cope and survive. There was nothing left. All our plantation was destroyed. Even the dogs were hungry and started feeding off human flesh. It was great that UNDP also gave us other materials, like wheelbarrows and other things that the young people could use to help with cleaning the village. It is the young people now who run the work in the village and matters related to money. It was UNDP's assistance that started it all and inspired the youths to work and take charge of the running of the village.
While the cyclone may have caused untold damage and destroyed houses and entire villages, it didn't dampen the spirit of the people. Coming together to clean up brought them closer.
The first sight of Koro when I went there, it was all brown, and it's hard to believe that something so devastating could do this to the lives of people, of other human beings. So when I saw it, I was emotional, I was a little bit sad. But when I went and stayed with the people for 3 weeks, every day they greet you, come nighttime, people sing too. So I'm very impressed that the spirits are strong.
We helped and supported each other during that time, and we reflected on what happened. We cleared all roofing iron and damaged blocks, and we placed it near the beach.
UNDP has been supporting and building capacity of Fiji youth through its partnership with the Ministry of Youth and Sports since 2012. They will continue to build capacity to youths in the areas of entrepreneurship, leadership and democratic participation.
With Fiji being part of the vulnerable 20 countries worldwide, that there needs to be a level of support given from the developed countries. It can be said that Fiji is in a position where it's on the receiving end without having been able to contribute to being in this particular position. So I'm hopeful that the ability of those who can help, those who need some help, is going to be engendered through projects through the UNDP, other UN agencies, and obviously through the Fijian government and other governments as well.
That project was a great help. Firstly, it made us clean our village, and secondly, it paid us, and that was a great source of income.
As young people, encouraged and really passed on a positive spirit and a spirit of encouragement to their peers and the community members to piece their lives together and move forward after such a traumatic experience. And I strongly believe we need to encourage young people's inputs into the ongoing discussions on how to strengthening resilience and also to strengthening disaster preparedness. And we also would like to work very closely with the Ministry of Youth and Sports, who have been a tremendous partner in this project, and we really look forward to take it a step further.
And that's all we have time for you today. But we leave you with this mesmerizing performance from the Rapa Nui dance group from the 2016 Festival of Pacific Arts held in Guam. Be sure to check out all our videos on the Pacific Community YouTube channel and news on the Pacific Way Facebook page. Until then, tofa soifua, mahalo, metaki.
We are the Rapa Nui group, come here from so far, show our culture, so our dance, hoko, like haka Maori, but hoko in Rapa Nui is a warrior dance, okay? We give all our power, show to the people here, okay? Then we have guitar and ukulele, soft dance, sau-sau, about the sea, about the ocean, okay? The wind, yeah? How to, the woman, okay? Dance, soft. That's all. Today, the first dance, we dance like a bird, okay? Like a bird, manukehu, bird. How to fly and come to our island, okay? We have a competition, the birdman, okay? You have to swim to the island and get the eggs, the first eggs of the manutara bird, okay? Second is hoko, okay? We show our power to the matatoa. Matatoa is another warrior, okay? You have to eliminate, okay? That's the explanation. The third one, okay. The third one is ararorake, okay. How to make a woman love you, okay? I'm explaining. That's all. A woman to, how can I say, coquetear. She's beautiful, okay? She's eyes, she's hair, okay?
Bye.